Hi everyone, it's Chris Shaw here again, and in this video we're going to be looking at some neat little free tools we can use when we're blogging with Pinterest. But first I just want to quickly show you the difference between the old look and the new look Pinterest. And what we're looking at here is the old stream of my Pinterest board, but if I go up to my profile here and switch to the new look, you can see, welcome to the new look, hope you like it. Some people are saying it's not that much different, but I think it's noticeably different. You've got these very crisp edges to this to the pins now, bigger images, a little bit more description, and then if you hover up here you see how different this is, the like and the pin it buttons. And if we click through the pin itself, it's much bigger, and then you see underneath people who pin this also pin, very similar to what you get with Amazon when you make a purchase. So I do like the new layout and I'm actually going to be sticking with it. Okay, that's a kind of a little diversion for I wanted to mention, because what I really want to talk about was the pin it buttons, because it's changed slightly from what it used to be to go with this new look. Now the buttons or widgets are actually under business. It took me a little while to find this page, but if I'd just gone to the business page I would have found it straight away. So you can, which is where you can convert your existing account from personal account to business that we've gone over before now. And if you go down here you can see where you can add a follow button, a pin it button, add a board widget, or look up the logos. And all of these three, pin it button, follow button and add a board widget, they all lead to the same page, which is this one, except that you'll have a different radio button filled in here. So you're probably familiar with it from the original. So for a pin it button we can just say the pin count. Do we want it above, beside, or do not show the pin count? And we can have this just for one image, in which case we put in the URL of the image we want to put a pin it button on, or we can say any image on the page and it will do them all. And if we click that, obviously all the rest of the parameters go away because we're going to be applying it to the whole page. But if we just say the one image and put the URL in of the page, the image itself, and then the description, and then you can preview what it's going to look like, and it will tell you that's what it's going to look like with it above. And if we change it, beside, preview, or none, don't show it, it doesn't show the pin count. So that's the pin it button, and then below that is the code that you can copy and paste into your page where you want that widget to appear, or you can use a little bit of JavaScript in your HTML code there. Okay, while we're on this page, let's do the follow button. Similar thing, invite people to follow you, put your name in there, your Pinterest username, your full name in here, preview, and that's what it's going to look like. Again, gives you the code to put on the page, and you can also display your profile, which is a new thing. This will show up to 30 of your latest pins. Now there used to be widgets that you got from WordPress for this before, the WordPress repository. Now you don't need to. You can get it from here. You can specify the image width, the board height and the board width. And then if we do a preview there, it's going to show you that's what it's going to look like with the code below. Okay, and then the last one we'll look at is the board widget. That's going to show up to 30 of your favorite boards latest pins. Again, you can specify the image width, the height and the width, preview, and that's what it's going to look like with the code. So there's some new tools here from Pinterest, very, very cool. They've obviously seen what people have been doing on the WordPress repository and decided that, you know, they might as well include that in their help files, which is what they've done. So good job, Pinterest. Now, what they don't provide is a way to actually have the pin it button actually on the image. All those back there are putting the pin it button alongside the image, okay, not actually on it. But some clever soul very kindly has provided us with this one here, jQuery pin it button for images, which you just upload from the WordPress repository in the normal way as with any other plugin, and then you can set it so as it displays this on all images, including those in the sidebar, by just putting img in here. Or you can use this code here that they provide, and then it'll only appear on images in the content. If you're techie, you can disable these classes. Now if you remember the no pin, you can actually put that in the head section of your page to stop people using the pin it bookmarklet to take your images, and that class would obviously be disabled there. Again, another tricky one about enabled classes. If you know jQuery classes, you can put your own in there. I'm not going to go into that because I don't know anything about jQuery coding. Then you can specify on which pages you want the pin it buttons to be shown. The home page, the pages, single post or category pages. We've got them all ticked there. Another nice feature is you can choose which is the description source. So the page title, the page description, or the picture title, or the alt attributes in the HTML code. So very versatile. Transparency, you can have it so that it goes semi-transparent when hovered. Standard mode, or you can keep it compatible with Internet Explorer 7. And then you specify a number here between 0 and 1 for how much transparency you want. At the moment we're on Lisa's blog, we've got it set to 0 transparency, we want it full on. You can use your own custom image or the built-in one. So if you've got a nice little pin image, then you can actually specify that you want that in there. And then it gives you a little preview of what it's actually going to look like. See, when I hover over the image, the pin it button comes up. And then what it looks like once it's enabled and on the blog, here's Lisa. When I hover it, the pin it comes up, okay? And if I click it, brings up this little dialog box where we can specify the board, the description, and then we can pin it from there. But if we wanted to click through the image, say here, we've got the pin it button, but say I wanted to go to the post, where you just go away from this pin it button and just click there, and it will still take you to the post as normal. So there's some cool little tools that won't cost you anything, they're free, very handy for when you're blogging with Pinterest. So I hope you found it useful, and I shall see you in the next video.